is Love, and for this video, I have decided to make another budget or cost of living expenses here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, because I did one before when I was living by myself in a studio apartment, and that time a lot of things changes because I went back to school for a year, meaning that I did not have my full-time work salary, and I was getting allowances from EI, the employment insurance here in Manitoba, because I went back to school to finish my bridging course in nursing, and so I have to quit my job. They asked me to quit my job so that I can pursue that career. And it's a program of Manitoba for internationally educated nurses. So they supported us to finish the school for a year. You can look up about EI, but it's basically employment insurance for people who got laid off from work or like on maternity leave, those kinds of stuff. And so that's what I did. And then my schooling was paid by the government. They have budget for nurses. So for a year, 18 months, I think it's 18 months, 36 weeks, I was on EI. So there's a big change in my financial situation, and I really need to cut back on my expenses because I have to survive. And so I also decided to make this video because I received an email from someone asking me that if she moves here to Winnipeg, Manitoba in 2025 as a newcomer from Nigeria. She's asking about jobs to survive as a newcomer and what's the average salary range. So I'm gonna talk about that maybe in next video because I still need to research on that. But I checked that the minimum wage 2024 here in Manitoba is $15.80 per hour. And I remember when I came here to Canada back 6 years ago, it was like 11. My starting minimum wage was $11 point something, and it increased in the past 6 years. So yeah, for the situation, since I quit my job and I started studying, started to go back to school, I'm only receiving EI, and I was receiving 960 bi-weekly, and in total that will be, so I am only receiving 1,920 per month. Before I quit my job, I was earning like $24 per hour as working in an eye clinic that I previously worked. So during that time, I have decided to move with a roommate. I only agreed to move with a roommate because it's a 2-bedroom and 2-bathroom. And because like for me, I've been living alone for many years and I am not comfortable living with someone. But then we found this 2-bedroom and 2-bathroom, which I am very okay with that because I still have my own space and privacy. We just share the living room and the kitchen. I wrote down the breakdown of expenses here. So for rent, it's a 2-bedroom and 2-bath. For 2-person, it's $1,628, and then per person, we're only paying like $814 per person. And then I recently also got a car, and it's an old car, so I don't have monthly payment for that. So the parking is $120 for 2-person, so each will be $60. And then apartment buildings here, they require you to have a renter's insurance. So I just looked up online for renter's insurance, and the coverage was, I think they require 1 million coverage. So for that premium, we are paying $17.59 per month. So each person is paying like $9 per month for the renter's insurance. And then also for the internet, I brought the internet that I have before from Shaw, and it was $78 per month. So we divided to 2, so it's $39 per month. And also Manitoba Hydro was not included in the rent that we're paying, so we're paying extra for that. Manitoba Hydro, it depends on your usage per month. I just took one of like the median or the average from the past 8 months that we lived there, and sometimes it goes down, sometimes it's high. So divided by 2 is 25.45 per person. So in total, 2-person paying for that living expenses is 1,894.50. So individually, we are paying 947.45 per person. So even though a lot of changes, it was from my previous video, if you have watched it, the only difference from me to here from before was my parking. I did not have a car before, so I was not paying any parking before, and the gas, of course, but it's about the same. I was paying about the same, so 947.45 per person per month. And then so that was the fixed expenses that I am sharing with a roommate before. And then there are other expenses that I have, like for example, since I have a car, I need to pay for gas. I need to pay for the MPI insurance, and then my mobile, and then my hobby gym, and then I also have term life insurance for the meantime while I was still a student, so that it's lowered, and then in the future, and then I can convert it to universal life insurance. So yeah, that is my expense. That is my living expense, having lowered income of 1,920 per month to survive my school days being a student. So yeah, if you still have questions, you can email me, and I will try my best to answer the question, and do some research or interview people who are going to the similar situation as you are. Also, this is just for my personal experience. I am not a financial advisor or any sort of that. I am a nurse by profession, and I'm just sharing this information based on my personal experience. And of course, any financial situation is based on your personal needs. Every person has their own financial needs, and this is just an example to just give you an idea what it looks like if you're living with someone, or if you have someone who can share your finances with. So yeah, thank you, and see you again next time. Bye.